Thank you, Madam President, and thank you, SRSG Bintu Keita and Ms. Charlotte Slente, for your briefings today. It is essential that this Council and the international community continue to receive objective, credible reporting on the dire situation affecting Congolese civilians and UN personnel in eastern DRC. The United States denounces the increasingly antagonistic rhetoric coming from Rwandan government officials and the Rwanda-backed M23, including threats against senior MONUSCO leadership and false claims that MONUSCO supports the FDLR. These statements are unacceptable and irresponsible, especially from Rwanda, a major contributor to UN peacekeeping, including through senior leadership positions. The United States strongly condemns the continued advances by M23 and Rwanda Defense Forces throughout North and South Kivu. We welcome all parties' engagement in the joint EAC-SADC process, especially the commitment to reach an unconditional and permanent ceasefire. However, signing communiques is only a first step. Following through is much more difficult. We will be watching the actions of the parties closely and remain prepared to take further measures as needed. As the largest financial contributor for MONUSCO, the United States is deeply invested in its effectiveness. The mission must be allowed to move freely and implement its mandate in M23-controlled areas. We demand M23 immediately cease its obstruction of MONUSCO and take the necessary steps to reopen the Goma airport without further delay. We recognize the role MONUSCO could play in supporting an end to this crisis. Through its expertise, mandate, and infrastructure, MONUSCO is well equipped to support the implementation of a ceasefire or negotiated solution, as it has done many times throughout its history. However, absent a sustainable ceasefire or guarantees for MONUSCO's freedom of movement, UN troops are prevented from leaving their bases, all while M23 commits human rights abuses across Goma. This situation is unsustainable. If MONUSCO can no longer carry out its mandate to protect civilians in M23-controlled areas, we as Council members should consider all options, including a re-examination of the mission's mandate, which no longer reflects its operating environment. Outside of M23-controlled areas, MONUSCO is making tangible, life-saving contributions to the DRC's security, including through rapid deployments that protect civilians from armed groups. We urge DRC forces and Uganda as in service of Congolese stability. M23 and Rwandan forces must facilitate a safe and orderly withdrawal of SAMI DRC forces and equipment. As regional peace processes continue, we stress the need to avoid duplication of efforts and leverage the comparative advantages of viable existing forums and mechanisms, including those MONUSCO is already mandated to support. Furthermore, if regional actors envision a role for MONUSCO to support such processes, they should ensure MONUSCO has a seat at the table. Finally, 2 months after M23 and Rwandan forces seized Goma, and more recently Bukavu and Walikale, we underscore the need for sustained pressure on all parties to work in good faith toward a diplomatic resolution to the conflict in eastern DRC. We must abandon the fantasy of short-term military solutions in favor of a durable peace powered by regional and international investment that allows the Great Lakes region to benefit from its vast natural wealth. Thank you.
I thank the representative of the United States for the statement, and I give the floor now to the representative of the Russian Federation.
Madam President, we'd like to thank the Special Representative of the Secretary General, Ms. Bintu Keita, for her briefing. We welcome the participation in this meeting of the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Rwanda, Mr. Olivier Nduhungirehe, as well as the representatives of the DRC, Angola, and Burundi. We listened very carefully to the Secretary General of the Danish Refugee Council, Ms. Charlotte Slente. Over a month has passed since the Security Council adopted Resolution 2773. Regrettably,